Okay, let's do a pearl white. I started this, but then I thought, wait, let me make a video. So anyway, this is a roasted ash. Okay, and they roast bodies to kind of get all the moisture out, which just means they sort of bake it, right? And it turns this darker color. And it's already got grain filler on it and some undercoat, so it's ready to go. Now, so the white, I'll just do the white right now. It's just, you could use a lot of different whites for it. Um, I'll use Arctic because it's a pretty bright white. I'm trying to get the camera set up here. See if I spin this, is it still in the frame? Yeah. Alright, so white. So this is just normal Arctic white, and the pearl will come on afterwards. It's the same way they do cars. Pearl white cars, you see those. They put on a white first and then pearl over that. And the more pearl you put on, the pearlier it gets. And you could use different shades of white. We'll give it a slightly different look. You could use Olympic white or just whatever white you have. So just putting a few coats on here, make sure I get it covered, nothing special here. Alright, that's about it for that. Now, making the pearl is, let me grab the camera here, pull it over here. I'll have to set it up some, this always becomes a problem for me here. Alright, here's the pearl, and it's a powder. Let me get a paint stick, I'll break it in half. Can you see that it's like powder? Okay, and so you mix that powder into clear. Since I'm using lacquer, I will use clear lacquer, but you could mix it into any kind of clear you have. Urethane clear. What is that House of Color stuff called? K100, I forgot. Okay, so I mix about this much. See how I just put on a paint stick and you put it in there and you swish it around. Get it all mixed together real nice. You don't need a lot. You saw what I put on there. That looked like about maybe a tablespoon. What do I got here? Maybe 8 ounces. Let's see if it shows. A cup, yeah, 8 ounces. So that's not some magic formula. I just put some in. If you had more clear and you put in the tablespoon or whatever it is of powder, it would still work. This is actually pretty strong. This is way stronger than you would mix it than if you were doing a car or something. Okay, so it looks pretty mixed up, but you definitely need to strain this because there's little clumps of that white powder that just didn't quite break up. You always get those, and I always liken it to that chocolate milk stuff. Remember when you used to put it in your chocolate milk and you'd mix it up and there'd always be little bits of it that didn't quite get mixed together? It's like that. Okay, so I'm going to add some lacquer thinner to my mixture. It's another step you don't need to do. I just like it to be a little bit thinner. For me, that's easier to control it. It dilutes it just a little bit so it's not quite so strong. I think it lays on a little flatter because the paint's thinner, you know, it's waterier. Okay, so now I will strain it into a new liner here. Like that. Okay. Put a lid on it. Find a top for this. There we go. And then I will use the same gun I used for the white paint right there. I'll take that white paint off and I'll put this over here where it was before, right? So here goes the white. Take the white cup off of here. Now I still got white paint in here. Let me just blow that out. Okay. Now I'll put the pearl mixture in there, shake it up, blow some out, get sure that white paint I had in there. It's kind of mostly pearl now. And then you just paint it like anything else. You just add the pearl. One coat so far on the whole thing, right there. Can you see it? I'll add another coat. Kind of back up a little bit when you're spraying the white pearl so it helps to apply it a little more evenly that way. If you're a little farther away. Okay, see that looks good, but I'll add another coat just because. See, I use this white gun for adding my white pearl because I only use this gun for spraying white, and if some kind of way the gun spits a little bit, it's going to spit white, and it's all just going to blend together. Alright, now let me see if I can turn the camera on, or the what do you call it? Hold on. Now, can you, well, that's a little too zoomed in, isn't it? Whoa, zoom out, whoa, whoa, whoa. Can you see the pearl? This is white pearl. If you put it on over a shade of white that's a little darker, like not such a bright white, like say Olympic white, for example, you'll see that pearl more because the pearl is bright, bright white. And if you have a white base that's underneath it that's not as bright, it just seems more pearlescent. But if you have a real bright white like I do, and then you put the white pearl, it doesn't jump out at you quite as much, but once they clear it and everything, it'll look super pearly. So anyway, that's how you do white pearl.